All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Readers. We're going to take a quick look again at the crypto sector. I am so behind. I keep saying I'm going to get a second charting thing to look at Bitcoin. I really apologize, but I swear it is something I very much want to do. All right, so the last time I covered the crypto stocks, it was actually a while ago, and I thought this was the easiest way to show it. So it was all about Bitcoin breaking 66K. All right. And it's funny, I actually don't see the date of when I made this. Let me go back. Can I? Give me a sec. Give me a sec. Sorry. Goodness, it was right here. So it was actually in the beginning of the month. My goodness, it took that long for it to happen. There was actually no other marathon one right there, right? So took a while for it to happen, and it is now finally happening, and you can see the consequences of that, right? So once that Bitcoin 66K wall broke, it makes complete sense that these are starting to pick up again, right? I always say you gotta look at the NASDAQ, the S&P 500, the Dow Jones when you're trading normal stocks, other stocks. You have to look at Bitcoin when you're trading anything that deals with crypto, blockchain, altcoins, et cetera, right? So makes sense to me, and really we're going to see a good movement across all of these, all right? So before we go any further though, and I give you more of my thoughts and opinions, what are we going to do? Same thing we always do, right? We'll take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how these things are setting up short term. We have our 5 moving averages. There are none here. Interesting. Okay, there's one up here. There are horizontal support and resistance lines that I do draw manually myself. And then when we are done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can, please subscribe to this channel. Share this video online with your friends. Comment good or bad if you disagree. Look, anything you can do helps so much with these YouTube algorithms. But for real, just being here and giving me your time is super appreciated, all right? So I actually like this view. I know it's a little bit zoomed out, but I think this is exactly what we're going to be looking for here, all right? So again, real quick, just in case you fast forwarded, dang, I got rid of the page. Give me a sec. Right here, this was the one. So last time I covered Bitcoin and I crypto stocks, it was Marathon and maybe a couple others. It was all about Bitcoin breaking 66K. All right, we finally see that happen. I am sorry I don't have a chart that shows it. I will get there. I'm a little behind on life. All right, but that is helping fuel this. As I'm looking at my Webull app, we're looking at almost 70K on Bitcoin right now. Right, so real big, man. Ether is up. Ethereum is up like 14% too. Big move on that one. But yeah, it makes a lot of sense to me. And look, what I love here is this. First off, I love the fact that we're over all the moving averages, right? Clearly, this was the first one, so we do need to confirm tomorrow, right? If I was to put, nice, we're already there. Goodness. Yeah, I think 2360 makes a lot of sense. I think that's what I would be looking for on confirmation. Give me a little, like about $1 more. I think there's a really good shot that we're coming to 30 because that's what I wanted to say. I love this channel between the 100 line and this thing right here, right? I'm going to delete this one because it's more about the blue line. But from here to here, all I see is green, red, green, red, green, red, green, red, whole mess of nothing, and hopefully green. That's a very nice 71. Was not that long ago that we were in the high 80s. Was not even that long ago. I thought we hit 90, whatever. High 80s to 71, even low 80s from 71 is a really nice move, right? Maybe we'll get a little caught up around here. Maybe this 25 will be something kind of in between, right? This is about a $10 window, that 5 in between. I don't think it's worth drawing the line because, again, just a bunch of reds and greens up and down is a beautiful channel in my eyes, right? So I think it's real fair to put a $31 target, right? This thing is 30.90, so I'm kind of rounding up, but good positive MACD, good healthy RSI, beautiful divergence on both. This was a big volume day, and it was a big volume day tied on a big break. I know it wasn't a super smash of that 50 line, but I mean, we've been struggling with that white line. So I think this was a really nice one, and really the last few days have been pretty nice too. I know it's not the best of the best, but it's sustainably growing, and I'm liking what I'm seeing here on Marathon, all right? Let's come into the weekly. Look at this. We're over all of them on the daily. We're over all of them on the weekly. Positive MACD, super healthy RSI. This looks nice. This looks nice. I don't know what else to say, but this looks nice. If Bitcoin breaks all-time highs, oh man, sillier things can definitely happen. All right. So Marathon, really liking what I'm seeing. I think Riot has a lot of the same setup here as we saw with with Any. All right. So what did I like about Any today? Look at the spacing between these lines. Right, we were trying to get over the two of them. Once break the 8, go to the 20, break the 20, go to the 50, break the 50. We're not even, there isn't 100. The 100 is just a little higher, right? So break this one, go to the next one, break this one, go to the next one. I love that the spacing between here and here was good, and then again the spacing between here and here was good, right? So channels are either horizontal lines or between moving averages, right? So Any doing that kind of looks like what Riot might want to do tomorrow. All right, so real quick, please, if you can subscribe and share, it does wonders. But I am seeing what looks like a break of those two and reason to believe we're going to come up here. All right, you're basically adding $1, so I would call it about a 10% move. If we get over those two lines, it'll obviously be a lot better and a lot closer to Marathon, which is over them all, right? But individually, these are two very hard lines to break. The fact that they're so close to each other makes it that much more difficult, right? So I think it will be very hard to get over 12. Now, listen, that's a real low RSI. That's a MACD that's about to get positive. Like, that's good. And maybe that's a little bit of enough to get us through, like, you know, the wall, but we're going to need a lot of momentum. I think Bitcoin's going to need to smash that 70K. I think the high on Bitcoin is 73K, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, we're going to need a big push to get over those. Otherwise, I think 12 is kind of a fair wall on this one, all right? Any, just because, again, I kind of combine them together. Again, this had the great spacing on top of the red, right? So really, really nice, just, I think, a channel technical move driven by, ooh, excuse me, 2 hiccups there, driven by Bitcoin moving, right? Again, the same comment, right? These are 2 very difficult lines. The one thing that Any has going for it is this is basically by itself, and then this one's basically by itself, right? We don't have that tight stack, making it like an extra double panned wall, right? Or something, bulletproof glass, whatever silly analogies I'm gonna use, right? But I can see this thing battling the 200 by itself. It's actually, look, again, I see it. I'll delete the lines once I call it out, right? But that's a red. That actually might be a move that this thing might shoot for 177, 180 tomorrow. I think that's a real possibility. Even just kind of hanging out in the middle around 170 would be good, because hey, maybe the next day we would battle the 100 by itself, right? So I think there's a little bit of options that this thing can do, but actually I don't think I would be very surprised if this thing ran. MACD's not positive yet, but it looks like it will be tomorrow. 75 is high, but again, it's not even 80 yet, and that's a good divergence, right? Big volume, so we just want volume to hold, right? Like, this thing's used to trading about 250K. We jumped about 10x right there, right? So I'm okay coming down to 2, basically losing a third, right? I'm kind of rounding, going from 3 to 2, right? But don't go lower than 2 million shares, all right? And if we're going to do 2 million shares, let's bring out the trusty calculator, in 7 hours, we better be around that normal daily trade. We need that in the first hour. We need about 300K shares, hopefully around 600,000 shares traded by that second hour, all right? So let's check out the weekly. I'll look at the weekly here. Ooh, that might be a little difficult to get over. But again, if it does, oh man, there could be a good move actually to 250 right there. Weekly is showing that that's going to be difficult. And again, daily is not necessarily saying it's the smoothest. Those are like relatively close. But again, battle 170 and then battle it after could be an interesting way to handle that. Riot on the weekly. Yeah, it's going to be a hard line. Little over 12. That one's probably a little under 12. This one's like right at 12, right? So yeah, I think that $12 cluster is a good target here. So yeah, I think that's actually a good video here. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your opinions. If I missed any other, shoot them in the comments and I'll give you my thoughts, all right? But yeah, I appreciate you so much.